Hi, I'm David Elwood, Chief Technology Officer at Rebalance Energy, and today I'm pitching GreenGas, a distributed energy storage technology that turns waste cellulose and excess renewable energy into clean, renewable natural gas. So who the heck am I? I started my career working for the US Navy as an engineer on nuclear submarines. I leveraged what I learned there when I worked on offshore platform design, and in 2008, I got a patent for the first wave energy conversion system to generate electricity off the Oregon coast, the CBEV L10. Over the last 10 years, I've worked primarily in the conventional hydroelectric industry on new small hydroelectric projects in Western North America and some of the biggest projects in the US, including upgrade studies for the Keys pump generating plant at Grand Coulee Dam. It's one of the largest hydro batteries in the United States. For the last 5 years, I've managed a $20 million per year turbine generator rebuild contract for Douglas County Public Utility District at Wells Dam on the Columbia River. I also helped found Coop Ski Works with 3 friends building custom skis right here in Wenatchee. Earlier this winter, I started thinking about what to do next and came up with the idea for GreenGas. So in many regions across the US and around the world, there is an oversupply of renewable energy. In the Pacific Northwest, when the wind turbines, hydropower plants, and solar panels are all producing energy, there's literally more electricity than we can use on the grid. And in these situations, the grid operators try to store that energy any way they can, which is typically hydroelectric storage, storing water in a reservoir behind a dam. But once that storage is used up and the reservoirs are full, then the dams have to start spilling. And this leads to high dissolved gas levels in the region's rivers and eventually can even kill endangered salmon. But this leads to an opportunity for energy arbitrage. The difference in the cost between electricity in the low-cost hours and high-cost hours here in the mid-Columbia is nearly $300 per megawatt hour. During some hours, the price of energy even becomes negative because the utilities are literally paying people to take energy so that they don't have to spill over the dams. With energy storage, you can buy low and sell high. Another problem we have here in the US is that Americans produce a lot of trash, about 4.5 pounds per person per day on average. And over half that trash is combustible cellulose. You could say, well, why can't we just recycle that? But with current market conditions, it's not economical to recycle the cellulose, so most of it ends up in landfills. This all brings us to the GreenGas concept. GreenGas uses mature waste-to-energy and electrolysis technologies to turn cellulose and excess renewable energy into clean, renewable natural gas. The gas can then be stored until periods of peak demand when it can be burned in a conventional gas turbine to produce electricity. It's kind of like Mr. Fusion, but without the DeLorean time machine. So the product that Rebalance intends to take to market is a 4.5 kilowatt home scale renewable natural gas production and storage system. It would combine your favorite forms of renewable energy with a high efficiency, low emission incinerator and a co-electrolysis unit to produce natural gas. The natural gas would then be stored in a conventional gas bottle, like many of you may have at home. And then the gas could be used on demand to produce electricity during periods of peak electricity demand. It could also be used to make hot water, as a cooking fuel, or for home heating. And the real innovation here is this co-electrolysis of steam and CO2 to produce natural gas in a single reactor, a single fuel cell, if you will. So this has estimated the market size using our marginal cost to produce electricity, which we think is about 10 cents per kilowatt hour. In the US, over 2.6 million households pay more than 10 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity. That's a potential market of $5 billion per year. Globally, the market could be over $3.4 trillion per year. So the business model we're proposing is a distributed utility, with Rebalance manufacturing, operating, and maintaining a network of home-scale GreenGas units located behind the electric meter on subscribers' property. The subscribers would pay a monthly fee for electricity and natural gas while feeding the system their waste paper, cardboard, and other cellulose waste. During periods of peak demand, Rebalance would sell electricity to conventional utilities at a premium. Based on our financial modeling, assuming 100,000 subscribers, each paying $155 per month, and a unit cost of $10,000 for the GreenGas units, the net profit could be $119 million per year, with annual operating costs of just over $70 million. The value proposition for consumers is pretty simple. The average American consumer pays about $265 a month for electricity and natural gas. So why would you do that when you can pay $155 a month for carbon neutral green gas? There's also a value proposition for conventional utilities, which is a little bit more complex. So the best bulk energy storage technologies available today is pumped hydroelectric storage. But these projects are huge and can take a decade to develop. So why should a utility take the risk on developing one of these mega projects when green gas can provide energy storage at no risk to the utility? The cost to operate a green gas network could be just over $150 per installed kilowatt. That's about 2 orders of magnitude lower cost than the best battery storage technologies available today. So again, why would a utility invest money in an unproven battery technology when green gas uses mature, proven technologies? So you might be saying, well, why aren't other people already trying to do this? And the answer is they are. In Germany, Exitron is developing home-scale renewable natural gas systems. Zebik is developing industrial-scale systems to produce synthetic natural gas. They're based out of Canada, but they've got projects in Europe and China. Carbon Engineering, based out of Vancouver, BC, has developed a process to convert excess renewable energy and air-captured CO2 into aviation fuel, kerosene. Last but not least, Solar City is working to integrate its distributed utility business model with Tesla's battery technology to take homeowners entirely off of the utility grid. What no one else has done yet is combine high-efficiency incineration with co-electrolysis of steam and CO2 to create renewable natural gas. So this is what I think green gas needs to succeed. We need to raise about $50,000 to build our first 4.5 kilowatt prototype. We need to recruit a proven startup CEO. I'm an engineer, I'm not a business guy. We need to investigate potential teaming arrangements with suppliers and utilities. We need to engage a third party to complete a due diligence of the business model. And last but not least, if all of that works out, we would need to raise about $1 million for design of the commercial system and be ready to go to market. So this is what I think green gas needs to go to market, but I'm interested in hearing what you think. This is the first real pitch I've ever given, so I'm also interested in your feedback on my presentation today. So thanks for listening, and I look forward to your questions.